Welcome to Solo Tech Lab. Today we're opening a Dell OptiPlex 5040 small form factor. It's a pretty compact little case. You can see all the front and rear ports and connectors. Okay, let's begin. To open it, press down on the release latch, place the PC on its side, slide the panel back, and the cover pops right off. 5040 small form factor has changed during the years, and there's some different variations. As you can see in the picture, some of the variations don't have the swing mechanism. They just have a removable part on the top that contains the hard drive caddy. Some of them also have a cover around the CPU fan, which in my opinion it's unnecessary. Let's continue. You can lift this internal handle to open the whole swing out assembly, which gives you access to almost everything inside. Here you can see the CPU and cooler, the RAM slots. It only has one stick installed right now, but it actually supports up to 4. Plus all the PCIe slots. And here's the power supply, the hard drive, and beneath the hard drive is the DVD drive. And there is room to mount a few or a couple of SSDs here as well. There are also caddies for 2.5 inches hard drive or SSDs. I actually forgot to remove the front face earlier. It has these 3 panel connectors, but it just pops off pretty easily. It's best to remove it before unfolding the chassis so you don't risk damaging the front panel connectors. Now for removing the hard drive, take this metallic part off, lift this part, then press the blue button on the caddy and slide the drive out. Before that, make sure you gently disconnect both the SATA cable and the power cable. Once they're off, press the release and the whole thing comes right out. This system has a 3.5-inch drive mounted in a toolless Dell caddy. Some has 2.5 inches caddy. The pins hold it in place, although for some reason this one is missing one pin. The OptiPlex 5040 small form factor also has an NVMe M.2 slot right here on the motherboard next to the RAM slots. To get the RAM stick out, just press on the retention clips on both sides and the RAM is released. The system uses DDR3L, which is low voltage memory. This is standard for all the 5040 small form factors. I'll put that aside for now. Now let's take off the CPU cooler. As I'm unscrewing the fan bracket, let's talk about CPUs. These units usually come with i5 6500 CPUs, but technically they support any 6th gen Intel CPUs like i3 or i7. They even support the T version CPUs that are lower voltage and also are slower. After you make sure that all the screws are undone, you can remove the cooler. But sometimes in these older systems, the thermal paste can turn into cement and make the cooler stick. Gently wiggle the cooler side to side, don't pull straight up, and always remember to disconnect the fan cable from the motherboard first. As you can see, the thermal paste here is ancient, dry, flaky, and barely doing anything. To remove the CPU, push the metal lever, slide it slightly to the right, and open the socket cover. Then lift the CPU straight up. This one is an Intel Core i5 6400T. The T means it's a low power version, so it uses less energy but also performs a bit slower. If you want to remove the case fan, it's straightforward. Just unscrew it and disconnect the cables. Now let's look at the PSU. If you ever want to replace it or pull it out completely, remove all the power cables going to the motherboard. This unit has two, one at the bottom and one at the top. Now let's move on to the PSU. This unit comes with a 240 watt PSU, but some of them do come with a 180 watt PSU. After disconnecting all the cables, remove the three screws on the PSU. As I'm unscrewing them, I would like to point out that these power units are not standard PSUs that you see in normal sized desktops. They are OEM specifically made for small form factor computers. They are longer but not as wide. This specific PSU is used in many different models, such as but not limited to OptiPlex 3050, 5050, 5055, 7050, and some other models. I'm just gonna move the computer to show you this blue release button. After unscrewing all three screws, press the blue release tab and slide the power supply toward the inside of the case. I'm not removing it fully right now, but that's all you need to do. Over here, you'll find the PCIe slot area. If you want to install a GPU or any other expansion card, open this bracket, slide your card in, screw it down, and close the bracket again. The DVD drive removes just like the hard drive. There is a blue lever, press it, slide the drive outward, and it comes free. I'm not pulling it out all the way since I want to keep it installed. Just remember to unplug both the SATA and power cables if you're taking it out. And yes, that loose SATA cable earlier was actually supposed to be plugged in to the DVD drive. If you ever want to remove the motherboard, just disconnect everything, the fans, all the cables, the power connectors, and then undo all the screws. There's several around the board. After that, the board lifts out. Now let's put everything back together. For the CPU, if you are going to use this system, always clean the old thermal paste using isopropyl alcohol, ideally 80% or higher. Line up the little triangle on the CPU with the matching triangle on the socket on the motherboard. Drop it in gently. Give it a tiny wiggle to make sure it's seated correctly and lock the retention arm back down. It will feel a bit tight, but that's normal. Then for the fan, clean the bottom of the cooler as well. Apply fresh thermal paste to the CPU and mount the cooler. Make sure the fan cable ends up near the header on the motherboard. When tightening the screws, do it in a crisscross pattern. Half tighten each one, then go back and fully secure them. And now reconnect the fan cable. Now let's reinstall the hard drive. Put it back into the caddy. The plastic is supposed to flex, but older systems can get brittle, so be gentle. Slide the drive into place until it clicks. Then reconnect the SATA and power cables. I will also reconnect the DVD drive SATA cable since it was unplugged. Secure the drive by putting the brackets back on. Now the PSU, after making sure that it's securely seated on its place, and screw back all the 3 screws. Next, reinstall the RAM. Line up the notch with the slot. Insert into DIMM slot number 1. Push down until both clips click. If you had 2 sticks, they would go into the white labeled slots first, slot 1 and slot 2. After making sure that everything is in its place and all the cables are connected, let's close the case. Make sure no cable is caught in the swing out mechanism. Then close it up. It should click firmly into place. Next, reinstall the front panel. Make sure it's seated properly, then put the top cover back on. Gently push and it locks. Final step, side cover. Just align it, slide it forward until it locks. And that's it. That's how you open, explore, and reassemble a Dell OptiPlex 5040 small form factor. If this video was helpful to you, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section.